This podcast is brought to you by Penji. Penji is a creative subscription service that gives you access to pre-vetted, agency-trained creatives from all over the world. From graphic design to illustrations to social media management and web development, it's all included for one monthly price. It's time to say goodbye to the hassle of searching for top-notch creative talent. With Penji, you get quality and consistency delivered right to your inbox every day. Carefully crafted for you by humans. So meet your new creative team today. Head over to penji.co for more and enter the coupon code located within the podcast show notes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Fully Managed podcast. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Kazu, for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So today, guys, we're going to start with a game. I'm going to do introductions after this, but I'm throwing you right into it, okay? This game is called Creative Chaos. So, I'm going to give you a brand, an emotion, and a medium. And you are going to pitch me a creative idea or campaign concept that ties them together. Does that sound fun?
I'm too nervous to do that. a lot of pressure. Oh my goodness.
It's fun.
They will find out I'm just a joke.
That's a good idea. That's not wise. It could be.
Okay, I'll try to be really bad. So you know.
I've just heard some crazy things. Okay, the first one. Are you ready?
No.
Okay, guys. The first one is, IKEA.
Okay.
Jealousy. And Instagram.
So, first of all, let me say one thing. I'm terrible at improv, and I really believe we need time to digest the brief, study the brands and even the competitors and everything, and come up with the best solutions for the clients.
And the most important, find time to find excuses, you know, and have time to find excuses.
We even like to say that when we do things with time respects. So things will be like timeless. They will be there forever. And this is the type of ideas we like. They're not like just a trend or based on a meme that was like out yesterday and will not be relevant in 1 month. But we like to have this type of idea, you know, that if you see it from 5 years from now, it's going to make sense and it's going to be fucking amazing. So yeah, so say that again. IKEA, jealousy,
That's a great
Instagram.
point to be made to avoid playing my game.
Yeah, before all the, after all this introduction, yeah, let's go to the game.
Just a lesson to be had, guys. It takes a lot longer than 5 seconds in order to come up with a good idea. But right now, we're going to come up with great ideas in 5 seconds because we can do that too. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. IKEA, jealousy, Instagram.
Jealousy, Instagram.
Okay, I'll shoot you one. Okay, a digital museum of the most amazing furniture that people are more jealous about, and all these crazy comments about them.
I like that.
Terrible idea.
No,
yeah.
it's just great. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we are a team, right? We don't have to have 2 ideas. Just one. I have no idea what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just start. I don't know. Kazuo said museum. So IKEA. What was the other thing? The other element?
Jealousy.
In Instagram. Okay, so we are gonna create a fake brand for IKEA with amazing furniture for other brands to be jealous about, and then we reveal it's IKEA. You know, like we are gonna fake the brand and then we reveal it. I don't know.
That's a good idea. I don't know. I mean, like, you should run with that for something else. I mean, or you can just take it and go to IKEA. I mean, I don't own any of these ideas. So but I don't know. Just brainstorming, going back and forth. It creates, don't even. Okay, next one, guys.
Oh my goodness, two.
You're not out yet.
Okay.
This one doesn't think, I don't think it's that bad. Okay. The next one, however. Okay. Spotify, nostalgia, billboard.
Billboard. Okay. We'll do a billboard that it's actually a vinyl turntable and people can play their songs on the billboard.
That's fun.
That's sick.
That's fun.
Thank you. That's sick. No,
I was going to say something similar, like let's create a stage on a billboard for old bands like to come back together and play, like in jam, like creating jam sessions.
I think this is awesome. I mean, especially now that they have like holograms of old artists now. You can have that on the billboard. Great. See, you guys are getting better as we go.
This is just to reinforce my point, because these would be like the first ideas, and of course it's important to have them. Sometimes we are during the brief process, like people are briefing us and we are thinking about these ideas, but they are not good enough. We're not responding to the brief or touching everything we need to, or even like solving the real like clients' problems. So just to reinforce my point, we really need time and to craft the ideas, to find the best ones. And imagine in 5 days, how many good ideas we would have so we could pick like the best ones.
Exactly. We're workshopping right now. This is what we're doing. We're going back. Okay, last one, guys, and then I'll let you go. You don't have to do this anymore. Okay. Crocs, beer, and commercial.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Crocs, they are crocodiles, so we could do the whole horror movie with giant crocodiles in your feet, but actually the main character escaped because he's wearing Crocs.
No, he couldn't.
Oh my god.
He's wearing Crocs. It's the opposite, right? Can you run with Crocs? I don't know.
Yeah.
Crocs have a sport mode where you put the strap on and it's called sport mode.
That's it. Sport mode.
So that would be a great idea for specifically advertising sport mode.
Yeah.
The sport mode version of the Crocs.
Oh my god.
Running away from a
terrible.
crocodile. It's on brand. I mean, honestly, I can't say anything about that one. That was pretty good.
Oh my god. I'm embarrassed.
No, you guys did an incredible job at this game. Lucas, you want to give it a good?
No, thanks so much. I'm really good.
Okay, well, you guys did wonderful at the game, whether you like to think it or not. That was very fun. Trust me, it's okay. This just proves that good ideas are not done in a couple of seconds or immediate. You don't go run with the first idea that you got unless it's somehow miraculously really good somehow, which does happen. We do have breakthroughs.
Can I say something else? Yeah. In the beginning of my career, and I believe everybody's a little bit like this, I was super afraid to say something in the brainstorm session. Like, oh my god, I need to say something super smart, super relevant, super on spot. But no. You're just throwing ideas out there, right? So this is the brainstorm process. And sometimes you say something super dumb, but there's one element that makes sense and people like engage and evolve from that, and it becomes a great idea. So don't be afraid to share your ideas.
Yeah, and actually we think about it like in general, like we tend to think that we need to have confidence, like in order to have good ideas. But actually it's quite the opposite. Like the more ideas you have, the more confident you will be, And I used to work with this guy, and we had this process between us when we were stuck, we couldn't find creative solutions. And it was this game. It was actually really fun. He used to say one word, and the next word that I was going to say shouldn't be very different, completely different universe. So it's and then he would go again, his turn, and then my turn. So it was a super nice way just for us to get it, out of our chest and just brainstorming, just playing. And then when you go back, it's your brain is warmed up. It's different, and then you come up with things that are more unexpected. And as Kazu said, sometimes it's just one element that you find that is there, and then you can evolve, it can work. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that you shouldn't really be be afraid of saying an idea that you think might be stupid, because that idea might, as Kazu said, have like spark a new idea that like is kind of feeding off of that one, because maybe like initially, yeah, maybe if you just executed that first idea as a whole, it wouldn't be the best idea, but it also has this, especially that's why you bounce ideas off of other people, because like you can fine tune it through talking to more people.
Yeah, you said we shouldn't be afraid, but if you're afraid, do the same way. It's the only way. It's facing our, like the things that we don't want to face. They are the things that make us better. So that it's important. Even if you're afraid, go with the things that you don't, like feel comfortable with, but face it.
Exactly. Well, thank you guys both for entertaining me. But I wanted to talk a little more about you, and also thank you for making incredible points related to the game that you tied in. I think that's a really great start. So tell me more about you both. Tell me how you met, like how this became. Tell me a bit more about what you're doing today, things you're excited about, all of that.
Yeah. So I'm from south of Brazil, and Lucas is from Rio de Janeiro, the most famous city in Brazil. And we both moved to São Paulo at the same time because it's like the biggest market in Brazil. If you want to do good advertising, you need to move to São Paulo. And the best agencies are there, the best clients. So we moved in 2013, I think, and started working together at DDB in São Paulo. Which, by the way, I saw the news. They are like ending the whole network, DDB network. It's so sad because I feel so old, because I used to work at JWT. That is no longer out there. Like it became like VML, and then Gray, and now DDB. Anyways,
I did not know about. I didn't even know about that one. I know about VML, but I didn't know that they there were.
Yeah, no, because Omnicom bought IPG, and now they are restructuring and like removing some brands and combining them.
Sometimes that's the dream. Sometimes people create an agency to be sold. I don't know. It is the vision for some people, so hopefully someone's happy.
Exactly. It was super fun because we visited the DDB office in New York that is super iconic in 2016, because we went to get our first Clio. So we were super excited, and so visited the office. And our work was in the screen in the lobby, like big lobby. So we were super proud, like our work from Brazil. So imagine two Brazilian guys coming to the office in New York and seeing their work. So yeah, we were super proud. But anyways, I was saying other thing. So yeah, we moved to São Paulo, started working together at DDB, and we realized, okay, we are perfect to each other. It's a perfect match. We started like working together. It was perfect. We had the same goals, the same energy, and decided like to move forward. This partnership has been like lasting for almost 10 years now. And
11, almost 11.
11.
Yeah, we are going towards 11 already.
Oh, you guys are almost beating out the other partnership that I talked to the other day. They're 13. You gotta get.
Yeah.
You might beat them.
We're getting there.
Incredible, though. It's a long time to get along.
No, we even decided like to move to other agencies together. So we became creative directors in 2018. And then we started like teaching at Miami Ad School and some other schools also together. We wrote a book a few years ago to help young creatives, or just any creatives to start their careers in advertising agencies. What else, Lucas? And then we moved to Boston, and then to New York, and now we are in California. I live in San Francisco. Lucas in LA because we are working at 72 and Sunny in Los Angeles. But yeah, what else?
I don't know. He said everything. Yeah. No, yeah, we are super passionate about sharing content, helping emerging talents to get into the industry. It's a very, it used to be a very good industry. Now I don't know how the future will be, but for us, it's super important, this part. Something that since we started, we never stopped like mentoring. So it's something that we really dedicate ourselves, so yeah, I don't know.
What did you guys pull from your experience, I guess like early on throughout your careers that you think was important to share to your mentees?
A lot of things. Well, first of all, I think like Kazuo and I, we try to have a holistic view, like from our careers, not only like sometimes the creative thinks like starting our career is just about creativity. I'm going to come up with ideas and this is going to be my job. And actually it's broader than that, like you have to do so many things to achieve what you want to grow. So I think like we started working together. I think we developed our process together, references. So we could see as creatives what the things that we didn't like, for example, in the industry, like in our bosses, so the idea of teaching was to share this mindset and like try to help with different points of view, like for creatives. And since we became creative directors, it helped us so much because then we could see from the other side. So we had this like completely view. And that's why we decided to write the book, because first it's like, yeah, now we have to put it like to write it down and really like formalize this content, for people.
Yeah, and when people are starting, they think they need to learn the task and like, oh, I need to be a great art director or designer. I need to learn all these tools and la la la. Of course, this is very important, is one of the things, but it's just one pillar, right? We have also to learn about the process that is super important. Our process, the agency's process, our boss's process, the client's process, production, everything, a lot of details, a lot of things to learn, and we are always learning and improving. And the other thing is relationship, super important. So for example, I was super bad at relationship. I was focusing more on the task and the process. But when I met Lucas, he was super good at relationship. So I learned with him and on how to communicate and talk to like account people and all the other teams at the agency or even clients. So we started like paying attention to this. So I would say, people should pay attention to all these pillars. It's not just the tasks, it's everything.
Yeah, it's important to see the whole picture. It's also really nice that you're both able to like draw from each other about your specific skill sets or what you're better at or what you consider more or whatever it may be, and be able to understand that you can work on things that you see the other good at or whatever. It's like inspirational. Nice.
Yeah.
I can see why the partnership has worked for so long.
yeah, exactly this. We try to share everything, like with each other, so we can grow together. So like after a meeting, we discuss the meeting. We discuss like how we should have done in the meeting, what things that we have to say next time, like it's super important. And like the idea of sharing with the world, like with other people, is just because like the person will need to walk their path, like even when you share, it's just a tip. It's just, sometimes it's not even a shortcut because the person will need to do everything. It's just the idea, of the process of the journey,
Yeah. There's one little secret that we think it would solve all the problems in advertising or in any company, I guess. That is respect. If you're being respectful to ourselves, to our partners, to our peers, to our bosses, our clients, and everyone involved, things tend to work better. Everybody like respects each other. It's a much more healthy environment, and like those little words like thank you, sorry, congratulations, and even sometimes I hold the door, the elevator door, the person passes and doesn't say anything. It pisses me off. Like, come on, man, I'm from a small town. You need to say thank you, good morning, and say something like,
yeah,
talk,
I understand. That messes me up too.
Yeah. So just a little exercise of going, okay, I'm going to get a coffee. If there's someone there, what can I say? What is the topic today? Like, let's talk about this show I watched yesterday. Something just to be nice to people. And this is super important for us to have a good relationship. And daily routine, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that is a really important that's a really important distinction to be made, because it's that translates to work and life, like to create good, respectful relationships all the time. Like and sometimes they intersect. Like for example, like one of my biggest missions in life is to make everyone that I am in contact with be seen. So like for example, I would go to the chiropractor a lot, and there was a guy at the front desk, and I didn't really have to talk to him because I would just go straight to the elevator. But I talked to him every day. I asked him what his name was, and I like would talk to him every time I would come in and leave and everything. And it was just like no one talks to that guy. Like, he's probably bored all the time. Like, because he's just like he has a job, but he's only there if people need him to help them figure out what floor they're on, and otherwise they're not really like speaking with him. And like, there's so many relationships that we have like that in life, and in work too. Like sometimes you don't really talk to a certain department, like because it's not really your like expertise, or you don't really overlap that much. But it's like nice that they hear from you. Like that creates a good work environment, and it just creates like a good life and relationships with different people. And if you're really thinking about it in the long term, sometimes you make those relationships, and sometimes they turn into business relationships because you find out that person has an agency that you never knew, and you were just nice because you're having a good, you just wanted to talk to someone, and that happens all the time too. It's like serendipitous when you're just trying.
Exactly. This is awesome.
This is so beautiful what you said. Exactly this, like just the realization that is someone there working, like coming from a different place, and probably from a different background it's so important, And for us, in terms of creativity, like what is the environment, like that we want to have as creatives? Is like fun, it's open, like, so if you're doing these small things, like for us, it helps us so much. Because that's it. Like we want to be in this place that you can talk about anything, like that you can share your thoughts, like, so again, if the person is seen or feel seen, like if you acknowledge the person, their effort, I think you will have a better relationship and things will be better for you, not only for the person.
It's so funny because there was this time I was in a small grocery, like buying fruits. And of course, we live in this environment, like creative environment. People are funny. People make jokes all the time. But in these like other markets, they don't do this, right? And so I saw the cashier, the woman was super stressed. And I made a joke about the fruits, something super silly, like a dad joke. She laughed so much. I think she was needing that joke. Like I felt so good. Like, okay, I made her day better. I feel so good now.
Sometimes you don't realize how much someone needs it until you put that out into the world, and it's so well received. And sometimes it's not well received, and that sucks. But that's just how it is. And it goes back to what we mentioned earlier about how like you should, if you strive to have a comfortable environment, then you are more comfortable with saying the stupid things, for lack of a better phrase. Like you're more comfortable with like putting your creativity out there and not worried about it being like poorly received because you're in an environment where people are comfortable with sharing. And that's the best environment, the most ideal environment for a creative to be in, because if they're like scared about sharing their ideas all the time, they're not perfect, then they're not going to be able to like try anything or take any risks, and there's not going to be unique ideas that are fostered from that.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect.
So what do you guys do to foster that kind of environment? What are certain steps that you take to make sure that teams are feeling happy, comfortable, not stifled?
You know what's funny? We realized people don't get together that much. I don't know if it was just after the pandemic, but things changed, right? We are used to work in our pods, like in our rooms, and like separate. And people lost this weekly meetings and everything. So we really evaluate this. So every time we're in the office, we like to walk and talk to everyone. We like to like really know the people, like not just knowing their names, but knowing their lives, knowing their pets' names, their kids' names, knowing details about their lives. Even for us to use in our daily tasks, like okay, if someone loves fashion, and we have a brief that involves fashion. Okay, there's that person that's perfect for this job. Anything. Anyways, this is super important. But creating these moments to talk about, work, of course, but also having this meeting to gossip and say like dumb things and getting like creating this bond with the team. It's super, super important. And we don't see this very often. We don't like in 2 years in some agencies, we haven't had this type of meeting with our bosses. So yeah, we decided to create for our team. So it's tough stuff. People forget they're like leading or mentoring or helping people that are less experienced. So yeah.
Yeah, when you know the person, it's easier for you to find a job or a brief that will be a good fit. And if you find a good brief, the person will feel more connected, like more engaged to have ideas. So if you're sparking creativity, you're not only, like getting to know the person, but you're also helping them to be more creative, like bringing topics that are related to their personal lives, like and making them feel more involved with work, like happier. So it seems like super small, but for us, it's super important because it like interferes in their lives, like, so just one thing that we do, for example, as Kazu said, but I don't know, like just by having conversation, you can get so much from the person and then you can act, I think it's easier to have a boss that doesn't care about people. And then the person will say, yeah, but I don't know, like I didn't know, like, no, we want to know because if the person has a problem, it's going to be our problem, like we have to help them to solve this, so they can be good again and feeling good again, like, anyways, it's always about like the person,
Oh, and the more you know them, the more you two get connected, the more comfortable they will feel to share ideas, to say like, even to be honest about some things. So this bond is super important, to have with your team. So
Yeah,
try to create this.
Sorry. Yeah, I completely understand what both of you are saying. I think also that bond has a level of understanding that comes with it when you understand like who a person is and that they're coming from a good place, because it's easier to like receive criticism from someone that you like rather than someone that you don't, even if the person that you don't like is giving you honest criticism and it's like completely fair. It's harder to receive it from someone that you think has ill intentions. So like having that relationship is much better for those kind of dynamics too when you're like providing feedback. That must be a lot. It comes out warmer.
You use a very good word for us, criticism, because we believe like in this, that it, like giving a good feedback can help the person improve, But also sometimes like our role is not to give like not to criticize, like just to make a compliment. Like, so you also have this other side because as creative directors, and we saw this when we were creatives only, people tend to think that a good feedback is finding something to criticize, and we don't believe this, like not necessarily. Sometimes the person is doing very good, like, and you just have to talk about their next step. So like you're coming from this point, so your next level should be this. So you should act in this sense, like should be doing this or that, like, and then you can help the person again to improve and make sure that they're doing a good job,
Yeah, that's a really good point too, because I think that, there are definitely people out there that think are of the perspective that you can always learn and grow, and that is definitely good. But there are points where what you're doing and the track that you're on is really great, and there doesn't necessarily have to be feedback given because what they're doing is good. And I think that there are many people out there, specifically in the business world, that think that feedback is necessary at all points of the process, regardless of whether like the trajectory is very good and like they're doing a good job. And I don't think that that's necessarily true all the time. And I think that can like stifle the process if you're like overthinking things constantly throughout it. If it's good, then it's good, and that's okay. I mean, like there can be little critiques to make it even like that much better, but I think that when you're just kind of looking for something, it kind of seems nitpicky rather than actually beneficial to the process.
Yeah, the growth is in the knowledge, like when you, that's why we teach and that's why we study so much, because to teach you have to study. Because we feel like when you have the knowledge, when you know something, you feel better about that topic, like you deal with the topic in a different way, in a better way. So for us, it's also about like studying and improving like your skills, So like the critics, they in general they are about like not critics, but for us it's like, oh, you're doing this. Maybe if you do that, you can get more of what you want, like so. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. And switching gears because we are coming up on time, I just want to ask you guys. I like to go past looking or forward looking when I end things. So tell me what you're excited about for the future. There's, we're in the age of AI. There's a lot of scary things happening. I mean, I like to think positively about AI and such, but what are you excited about? What are you looking forward to? What are some goals maybe that you have?
So I've been saying that for the first time, it's fun to be an art director, because in the past, 1 year ago, it was a nightmare, like to comp something, like to find the right image and do a like shitty comp, like spending 8 hours and the result's not great. But now, like you instantly, you type something, you prompt something and you have an amazing result. So yeah, I'm very excited about AI. We've been using a lot. We created a 17-minute film for Salvador Dali because he wrote this screenplay in 1937. He tried to sell to MGM Studios. They said, no, this is impossible. Like 1937, imagine, it's impossible to film this. But nowadays, of course, it's super possible with AI. Even two guys like us can do like by ourselves. So we did it the whole film, like 17 minutes. We got access to the original screenplay. So that was super exciting. Of course, we worked with a few partners to like create the transitions and improve the editing and the sound design. The guys, they made like 10 original songs for the film. It was amazing sound design. So yeah, it was super project. And yeah, super excited with this new phase of the world, not just advertising, but to be able to be more than just a creative, but a creator. And yeah, you can be a whole studio now if you want. So yeah, I can't wait to see how agencies will deal with that and implement. We are doing some things a lot, actually, because at 72 we work for Adobe and they have a lot of AI tools, and we are implementing a lot of them in our daily routines, and it's been super excited. So yeah, this is not just the future, but it's the present. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm super excited to be working at 72 and Sunny with Adobe. It's a super admired brand. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's a good thing, especially coming from Brazil, like you want to work with the big brands. So yes, this is one thing. The other thing is I'm about to release my third book. It's in Portuguese, but I'm super, super excited. It's going to be exactly in a month. And I'll be traveling to Rio. It's been 4 years that I haven't gone back to Brazil, so I want to be there to this launch and to like see some friends. And again, like as Kazu said, like we try to be creators, and like writing the book, I was involved in the whole process of publishing. So, like we try to be very hands-on and to do everything that we can, like to bring our ideas to life, because it's our world, like we want to share the things that we like with the world. So yeah.
This was an incredibly wholesome ending to this podcast. I'm really excited that you guys are excited about the future, and it seems like, so far so good. You're really happy with 72 and Sunny, which is really nice. I'm happy that, you found a space that you feel comfortable and happy in. That is a wonderful place to be.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It was absolutely lovely. You guys are very fun and open and wholesome, and it was just a great time. I had a lot of laughs. My mouth actually kind of hurts from smiling. So, thank you.
No, thank you very much. I was super scared about the game, but I think it was a good exercise, and the whole chat was super nice. Thank you.
Yes, now you can do this with your teams. I think it's a great exercise. I thought it was really fun.
It's a great way to start conversation because then you are not afraid of anything else, So thank you so much. We love the podcast, and again, you are sharing a lot of things here. So thank you so much. It's super helpful, and we really had a great time. So yeah, I'm sad that it's over.
Well, thank you guys so much again for joining me. It's absolutely lovely. Make sure you check these guys out in the comments, guys. And thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely day. Bye.
You've been listening to Fully Managed, brought to you by Penji. Check out the show notes to learn more about today's guest. And to learn more about Penji, the human-first creative subscription service, head over to penji.co. And by the way, if you're still listening, it would mean the absolute world to us if you were to share this podcast with a friend and, of course, subscribe.